Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we're back here in Star Citizen. We're back here in the hangar module, and we're going to be talking about the Avenger today. Now, you guys know that the Avenger is my second ship that I've purchased inside of Star Citizen. It's probably one of the last ones I'll actually purchase. I really do want to spend a lot of time with this ship when the game launches. This is going to be my baby, my bread and butter. This is going to be how I explore, how I earn my money inside of my organization, and how just everything functions in the world of Star Citizen for me. It's going to all be surrounding this lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, aggressive ship. There's so much I can say about the Avenger, I just drool over it. And I know a lot of people actually enjoy the ship quite a bit, so I wanted to do some speculation on its uses inside of the universe of Star Citizen. Obviously, we don't actually know how it's going to fly or how it's going to, dogfight. We haven't had a chance to experience any of those things simply because we can't. The game is just too early on. But what we can do is we can look at its ship. We can look at it as a ship. We can look at the way it's shaped, the amount of people that it can hold inside, the guns that it has, and the size of it, and we can speculate on how people will use this ship when the game goes live. Hell, even how people will use this ship when the dogfighting module goes live, as long as it's one of those ships inside of it. And that's what I wanted to do today, because Star Citizen is a game I'm very excited for moving into 2014, as well as 2015, when we might actually see the game's final release. It's a game that I've been following for a very long time, and I'm really, really genuinely excited to just be a part of this game, to be able to play it, from such an early state and move forward. So I want to make Star Citizen a piece of weekly content on my channel. Every week we'll be doing some sort of a video discussing something in the Star Citizen universe, mostly speculation, but hey, we got to feed ourselves somehow, man. We got to keep the hype going for ourselves. I mean, it's really not a difficult thing to keep the hype going for Star Citizen. They do a really great job over at CIG informing us of what's going on. But I wanted to make my own series and really focus on the things that I think are going to be exciting inside of Star Citizen. So let's go ahead and talk about the Avenger a bit more. Now, when I think of the Avenger, when I look at the Avenger, when I look at the lines on this ship, when I think of its purposes, it just screams presence to me. This is the kind of ship you see fly into a combat scenario as backup, and as a pilot on the other side, you're a little bit of afraid now. It doesn't matter if you're in your 325A or your Hornet. You look at the Avenger and you know that it's not the ship, it's the man inside that you need to be afraid of, because when I think of the Avenger, I think bounty hunter, I think smuggler, I think the kind of people that you really don't want to F around with, man, because they mean business. Now, of course, I'm sure this thing can have a lot of other uses, maybe even exploring, but one of the big things to me, that's the sort of the hidden card trick, the magic trick that the Avenger has, is the fact that while it is a single-seater, it's small. It's not the smallest of ships. I'm sure it won't be the quickest, but it's more compact. And if we come around the back here, we have these 4 bays, these 4 sleep bays, which can also be used to carry friendlies. We can have enemies in there, we can lock them down, or we can have friendlies just simply using them to be transported, in which case you now have a 5-man crew. Now, you fit this with a pilot and 4 of the best guns you can find in this side of the verse, and you're going to have one hell of a backup force. Hell, you're just going to have one hell of a tactical force in general. So let me break down a scenario for you. This is a scenario I've been working in my head as the type of thing that I might do as an Avenger pilot. So my organization, right, we're about exploring. Okay, that's what we're about. We're about exploring. So we have some guys, they're out, in the middle of the verse, in the middle of friggin' nowhere, this side of the moon, and they've been exploring this unknown moon that they found. And they're said to be, a really old, abandoned scientist, research laboratory there that could possibly have some really good artifacts that we can then sell for some pretty good coin, to help our organization's cause. So these explorers, they go down in there, they're all great pilots. They have their 315Ps, they're good guns as well, but they get overwhelmed by some pirates once they land. It turns out there was a Van Duel Scythe stalking them the entire time, which, by the way, is a ship that I absolutely love. And these pirates land, and now our guys are engaged in this firefight. They're held up inside one of the labs, the small building, and on the outside of the lab, they have these 6 pirates just gunning for them. So they're held down. They don't have the resources to engage in a long period firefight. They really need to get out. They need reinforcements. So they contact support, and they call in for me, and they say, hey, can you send Tony Mo with his Avenger? We need a backup crew of at least 3. So I do them one better, and I grab 4 plus myself. We grab our guns, we grab our rifles, and we head down to that planet. We make a low entry point. We swing right in, do a nice little strafing run with the minigun on the Avenger here. Catch at least, put them in a good state. Put those pirates, sort of down on the ground, make them understand, hey, the Avenger is here. they've got backup, you guys are screwed. At this point, you know, the pirates they're in a state of panic. They start wasting their ammo. We come in, we make a drop. We end up flanking them with our 5-man crew. Boom. Pirates are dead. Hell, we even claim a Vandal scythe while we're at it. And we fly the hell back out of there. We claim all of the riches and the artifacts that we found down on that planet. And we are the victors for the day. That is one of many success stories that I've been able to stir up in my head that have made me grin from ear to ear with the Avenger here. This is a ship that I am deeply, deeply in love with, and you know, it has that vibe. It really does, that bounty hunter and smuggler vibe, as I said. You know, that's the friendly side of things, but maybe you are a bounty hunter, and you know, maybe you want to capture 5 dignitaries all at once, because you could do that. You know, you could shove one in your sleeping bed up here. If we go up here, you'll see another one, and then you can shove 4 in the back, knock them out, put them in lockdown. Man, each of those guys had about a $200,000 credit bounty on their heads if I sell them to the pirates. And you know, since I'm a bounty hunter, I go both ways, so let's go and sell these guys to the pirates. Or, better yet, maybe it's time to seek revenge. A certain member of the UEE has been passing speed limit laws on the outside of the verse. One of the places that I like to take my Avenger and see how fast I can get it up to. A place where a lot of my friends hold illegal races. I don't like that very much. I think it's time to teach this guy a lesson. So we go and we capture that said official, and we take him out to the depths of space and let him spend some time floating around on the end of a tether and see how much he starts to like illegal racing inside of space. There's quite a few stories that you can come up with inside of Star Citizen without even playing the game, and that's why I think this is going to be a genuinely exciting world to explore when the game finally launches. So what I want to ask you guys, what I want to ask you as fans of science fiction, even if you're not going to play Star Citizen, you don't have a computer, is to take a look at the Avenger here. We'll go ahead and we'll step outside, and I want you to come up with your own Avenger story. So let me know what kind of a story. You know, you could see a smuggler, you know, an explorer, a bounty hunter. You know, tell me a story about the Avenger. That's all I want to ask. I mean, plain and simple, actually. I'm really interested to hear what kind of stories you guys could come up with about this ship and about its journeys in the universe of Star Citizen. So let me know that story in the comment section below, because that's one of the great things about the Google Plus comment section is there's no limit, so people can post the Constitution, and it also means that you can post a small, several paragraph story about the Avenger and what kind of journeys you may think that someone would take it through inside the world of Star Citizen. Now what I'm going to do in next week's video is I'm going to pick the story that made me smile the most in the comment section below, the one that put the biggest grin on my face, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll actually read it out and sort of, you know, narrate it and add cool little bits to it in the next Star Citizen video. So feel free, guys. Doesn't matter, you know, if you don't even play the game, just take a look at this beauty here. Look at those lines on this thing. Look at that minigun. Just look how aggressive and sleek it looks all at once. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous thing, the Avenger. It brings a tear to my eye. And let me know what kind of story you could come up with in the comment section below. Till next time, guys, it's been Tony Mo, and I will see you in the next one.